रागादिरोगान् सततानुषक्तानशेषकायः प्रसृतानशेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारतिदान् जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै. Hello students, I have told you about revision, the importance of revision in Netra Roga classification. I hope you are doing it all. So today I'll be continuing with the rest of the six Netra Rogas under the Vartmagata category. So until now we have discussed about 15 Vartmagata Roga. Until Vatahata Vatma we have discussed, and from today we'll be discussing about the 16th, 17th, 18, 19 and 2021. These six Vartmagata Rogas. So I hope you have memorized the shloka Utsanginyatha Kumbhika Pothaki Vartma Sharkara. I have also told you about the importance of remembering this shloka while determining the Sadhya Sadhyata, how easy it is to understand and remember the Sadhya Sadhyata if you would be knowing the shloka beforehand. So I hope you know the importance now. So now we'll be continuing with the rest of the six Vatmagata Roga. What are the rest of the six Vatmagata Roga? It is Vatahat Arbuda, Nimesha, Shonitarsha, Lagana, Bisavartma, and Pakshmakopa. What are they? Once again, Arbuda, Nimesha, Shonitarsha, Lagana, Bisavartma, and Pakshmakopa. So now I'll be telling you about what are the doshas that are there in these rogas. So what is the first thing we do in any Netragata roga that is given? First we will know the name, then we will know the dosha. Dosha predominance. Okay. So what is the dosha predominance in Arbuda? Arbuda, you know, it cannot be just one dosha, right? It is a complicated stage. So remember it as Sannipataja. We have also marked it in yellow. So you'll be knowing it. Arbuda is a Sannipataja Vyadhi. Then Nimesha. Nimesha is one of the Asadhya Vyadhis of Atmagata Roga. So it would be Vataja disorder. Then coming to the Shonitarsha. Shonitarsha, the very name says it is Raktaja Vyadhi. Then Lagana is Kaphaja Vyadhi. Bisavartma is Sannipataja Vyadhi. And Pakshmakopa is also Sannipataja Vyadhi. I know that seeing the color codes, now you are accustomed to the color codes. So it is easy to remember. Just with seeing the color codes, you are able to tell which dosha it is. Right? So I'll repeat it once again. Arbuda is Sannipataja Vyadhi, while Nimisha is Vataja Vyadhi. Then Shonitarsha is Raktaja Vyadhi. Lagana is a Kapaja Vyadhi. Bisavartma is a Sannipataja Vyadhi. And Pakshmakopa is also Sannipataja Vyadhi. Now we'll be moving on to Sadhya Sadhyata. Sadhya Sadhyata of Satya Sadhyata of these six Vartmagata Roga. Okay. So what are the six Vartmagata Rogas now? What we studied? It is Vatahata Vartma, Arbuda, Nimesha, Shonitarsha, Lagana and Bisavartma. Getting the point? Okay. So what are the Sadhya Sadhyata we understood, but okay, now we are moving on to Sadhya Sadhyata that we have not discussed yet. Right. So Arbuda is Chedana, Nimesha is Asadhya Vyadhi. Shonitarsha is also Asadhya Vyadhi. Lagana is a Kapaja Vyadhi and it will be relating to Bhedana. Bisavartma is a Sannipataja Vyadhi while it is also Bhedana. And Pakshmakopa is Yapya. Okay, you remember that Vatmagata Roga had 17 Sadhya Vyadhi, one Yapya Vyadhi, and 3 Asadhya Vyadhi, right? 17, it's rather easy, like because only when you remember the unique things, 3 Bhedana, 3 Chedana, and 9 Lekhana, and 3 Asadhya, 3 you remember first. In the 21, if you remember 3 right, that will be easy. And plus 9 Lekhana at last and two Ashastrakrita. So, what are the unique things that you have in Vartmagata Roga? It is 3 Chedana Vyadhi, 3 Bhedana Vyadhi, 3 Asadhya Vyadhi, and 2 Ashastrakrita, and rest all are Lekhana Sadhya Vyadhi. So, what are all the Chedana Sadhya Vyadhi? There should be Arsha. You remember that Chedana is related to Arsha where Arsha is there. What you can do, the best treatment would be Chedana. So it is Shonitarsha and not the Shonitarsha, sorry. Arsho Vartma and Shushkarsha. Arsho Vartma, Shushkarsha are Chedana, while Shonitarsha is Asadhya. Remembering, Shonita Arsha is Asadhya, while Arsho Vartma and Shushkarsha are Chedana Sadhya Vyadi. One more Chedana Sadhya Vyadi is Arbuda. While the three Bhedana Sadhya Vyadhis are Anjananamika, Lagana, and Bisavartma. Anjananamika, Lagana, and Bisavartma. So, what are all the other three Asadhya Vyadhi? Vatahatavartma, Nimesha, Shonitarsha. Vatahatavartma, Nimesha, and Shonitarsha. What are the two Ashastrakrita Vyadhi? Praklinnam, Apariklinnam. So, if you remember, these 9 plus 2, 11 things separately, and other 10 would be separate. Getting it? 10 separate, 11 separate. 10, you will be having the unique things, and the 11, in that one is Yapya, and the other things you'll be remembering. Got it? Okay. Chi Chedana, 3 Chedana, 3 Bhedana, 3 Asadhya, 2 Ashastrakrita. So how many it is? Totally 11. 11 unique things you will be remembering, 10 other things. In 10 other things, what are they? One is Yapya, other 9 are Lekana. Easy now? Okay, this is how you'll remember. So 3 Chedana, 3 Bhedana, 3 Asadhya, plus 2 Ashastrakrita, 11 things, unique things, and 10 other things. In 10 other things, it will be 1 is Yapya, so rest is 9. The 9 are Lekana Satya Vyadhi. Okay, shall we move on to the next topic that we have? We have completed Shukragata Roga. I hope you remember that. And Krishnagata Roga also we have completed. Okay, now we'll be moving on to the Sarvagata Vyadhi. What are the Sarvagata Vyadhi? Okay, now you should remember the names first. So whenever we remember the Gata Vyadhis, what is the first thing we do? We remember the names of it. So what are the names of the Vyadhi that are present under Sarvagata Vyadhi? There are 4 types of Abhishanda. So there are totally 17 Vyadhis as you all know. In those 17 Vyadhi, 4 down. What are they? 4 Abhishanda. Then another 4 down. 4 Adhimantha. So in 17, it is minus 8. That is, the total remaining now is another 9 Vyadhis. Okay, just 9 Vyadhis. These first 8 are 4 Abhishyanda, 4 Adhimantha. Then what is there? Hatadimantha is the ninth one. Adhimantha you told. Then the ninth one is Hatadimantha. Then 10th one and 11th one. Akshibaka. Both are related to Akshibaka. 10th and 11th both are related to Akshibaka. But first one is Ashobha and the fourth one is, sorry, the 11th one is Sarshobha. Okay. Akshibaka, Ashobha and Akshibaka, Sarshobha. Then another one. There is another paka. What is that? Shushka Akshibaka. There are three Akshipakas now. So 11, Akshibaka Ashobha, 12, 10th one is Akshibaka Ashobha, 11th one is Akshibaka Ashobha, and 12th one is Shushka Akshibaka. Got it? Next, 13th and 14th are related again. Anyato Vata, Vata Viparyaya. Anyato Vata, Vata Viparyaya. Once again, I'll repeat. 4 Abhishanda, 4 Adhimanta plus 1 Hatadhimanta. 11 things. Then, 9 things. 8, 4 plus 4 plus 1. 9. Done. Then 10th one is Akshibaka Ashobha. 11th one, Akshibaka Ashobha. 12th is Shushka Akshibaka. But now don't confuse with the Akshibaka Teya that we have already discussed because even that has Paka in its name. So don't get confused. Akshibaka Teya is a Krishna Vyadhi. Okay. Then 13th is Anyato Vata. 14th is Vata Viparyaya. So only 3 remaining. See, if you remember with a logic, with a proper logic, it's very easy to remember the names. If you don't feed your brain, feed your mind with proper logic, then it will get confused. Right? If a teacher teaches you in a very haphazard way, you will not be able to listen to their class nor remember the things what they have taught you. Right? It is the same way. For your mind, you are the teacher. So for your mind, when you are the teacher, so how should you feed your mind? It should be in a very disciplined manner. It should not be in a very haphazard way. Right? You should feed it in a very proper way, methodical way, logical way. So if you feed your mind like this, you'll remember things for a long time. So 4 Abhishanda, 4 Adhimanta, Hatadhimanta, Akshipaka Ashobha, Akshipaka Sashobha, then Shushka Akshipaka, Anyato Vata, Vata Viparyaya. What are the last 3? Amla Dushita. Amla Dushita is the 15th one. Then the last 2 are related to Sira. Sira Utpata, Sira Harsha. Sirotpata, Sira Harsha. But these two, Sirotpata and Sira Harsha, Vagbhata has mentioned in the Shukla Gata Vyadhi. Okay, don't get confused there because according to Sushruta Acharya, in Shukla Gata Vyadhi, it is, what are they? 2 Sirajala, Sirapidaka. In Sarvagata Vyadhi, Acharya Sushruta mentions Sirotpata, Siraharsha. But it is Acharya Vagbhata who mentions all the Sira related things in Shuklagata Vyadhi only. Got it? So now moving on, we will tell about how many Vyadhis are there in Shuklagata Vyadhi, in the Sarvagata Vyadhi according to Doshas. So these are the Sarvagata Vyadhi. So I have marked everything in the color codes. I hope you are able to see the color codes. Right? Okay. As I have sent you the PDFs already, it will be easy for you to remember the things with using the color codes. Okay. So, in the Sarvagata Vyadhi, there are 6 Vataja Vyadhi, 3 Pittaja Vyadhi, 2 Kaphaja Vyadhi, Raktaja are 4 in number, and 1 Sannipataja Vyadhi. Like 1 in the sense 1 plus 1 it is. So, there are 2 Sannipataja Vyadhi. V0. No, it's not V0. 1 minute. Okay. Sarvagata Roga, it is V6, P3, K2, R4 and D2. 63242. 63242. You remember it, right? 6 Vataja, 3 Pittaja, 2 Kapaja, 4 Raktaja and 2 Sannipataja. 63242. Okay. How many Sadhya, Asadhya, Yapya are there? In this, no Yapya Vyadhis are there. Okay, remember, Sarvagata, we have 16 Sadhya Vyadhi and there is only one remaining, right? There are totally 17 Sarvagata Vyadhi. So it should be 16 Sadhya Vyadhi and the rest one is the asadhya vyadhi. So how many chedana, bhedana, lekana, vedana are there? So it is in the total 17. It is 14 are sadhya vyadhi. Sorry, 16 are sadhya vyadhi. In that we'll be dividing it as 2 ashastrakrita vyadhi. Remember the other 14, the rest of the 14 are sadhya vyadhi. In that, how easy it is to remember, because the rest of the 14 are vyadhana sadhya vyadhi. All are vyadhana sadhya vyadhi. Need not to confuse with chedana, bhedana, lekana. Okay. Where do you get like this another gata vyadhi? You remember, right? All the chedya sadhya vyadhi, like the sadhya sadhyata has been told already. In that, 7 chedya vyadhi, 4 ashastrakrita vyadhi are there in Shuklagata Roga. Like that, here 14 vyadhana sadhya vyadhi and 2 ashastrakrita vyadhi. And one is asadhya. So now we will see the individual doshas, how it is. So Abhishanda, you'll be having 4. What are they? Vataja Abhishanda, Pittaja, Kaphaja and Raktaja. Okay, and again in Adhimanta also it is Vataja, Pittaja Adhimanta, Kapaja Adhimanta, Raktaja Adhimanta. What is the dosha of the Hatha Adhimanta? It is Vataja. Hatha Adhimanta is the only asadhya vyadhi and it is Vataja. Then coming to Akshibaka. So how is the Akshibaka? Both Akshibaka, Paka word when it comes, it is generally almost all the time it is related to Sannipataja only. Unless otherwise mentioned, it is Sannipataja Vyadhi only. So as you are seeing the color codes here, Akshipaka Ashobha and Akshipaka Sashobha are Sannipataja Vyadhi. Then Shushka Akshipaka. Shushka word is there, you remember? So Shushka word is there. Shushka is related to which dosha it is related to? It is related to Vata. So Shushka is related to Vata. So Shushka Akshipaka is Vataja Vyadhi. Then Anyato Vata, Vata Viparyaya. The very name has Vata. So there's no confusion at all. They both are Vataja Vyadhi. Then Amla Dushita. Amla Dushita is a Pittaja Vyadhi. Amla Dushita is a Pittaja Vyadhi. Okay. Amlata. Amlata is related to Pitta. So Amla Dushita is a Pittaja Vyadhi. Then Sirotpata Siraharsha. It is related to Sira. So it should be Raktaja Vyadhi. Sirotpata and Siraharsha are Raktaja Vyadhi. Do you remember what is Sira Jala and Sira Pidaka related to? Here Sira Jala in Shuklagata Roga was also related to Raktaja Vyadhi. But only Sira Pidaka was a Sannipataja Vyadhi. So don't get confused. I'll tell it once again. Sirotpata Siraharsha in Sarvagata Vyadhi is Raktaja, while Sirajala in Shuklagata is Raktaja, but Sirapidaka in the Shuklagata Vyadhi is a Sannipataja Vyadhi. Got it? So totally V6, P3, K2, R4 and Sannipataja is 2. All are Vyadhana Sadhya, 2 Ashastrakrita, 1 Asadhya. Now we will see the correlations once. So it would be Vataja Abhishinda would be subacute catarrhal conjunctivitis, then subacute allergic conjunctivitis. Abhishinda Pittaja would be acute conjunctivitis, acute catarrhal or acute purulent conjunctivitis. Kapaja would be purulent only or mucopurulent even. Raktaja Abhishinda would be mucopurulent conjunctivitis or there can be ciliary congestion or diseases of the uveal tract. What is Vataja Adhimanta is related to? It is related to glaucoma, congestive glaucoma more. And iridocyclitis or acute orbital cellulitis. It is related like that. Pittaja Adhimanta is congestive stage of glaucoma, secondary glaucoma. Kapaja is chronic glaucoma with complications. There's a complication of it saying cupping of optic disc it is called as. Then Raktaja Adhimanta, iridocyclitis or secondary glaucoma. Hatadimanta is atrophic bulbi following the acute congestive glaucoma, or it can be phthisis bulbi or macular degeneration. Anyato vata is referred pain in the eye. Vata viparyaya or vata viparyaya is the trigeminal neuralgia, which is the other neurological condition that we saw before. Vata hatavartma. In Nimesha also that correlation is there, right? See up above here. Vata hatavartma related to leg of thalamus. Seventh cranial nerve. Nimesha is related to third cranial nerve. And another neurological condition here is Vata, Anyato Vata, Vata Viparya. So Vata Viparya is the trigeminal neuralgia. Amla Dushita is allergic chemosis or seasonal conjunctivitis. Akshibaka is cellulitis of the orbit or the uveitis. See, Paka, where it comes, you have to remember the inflammation and the infectious condition. So, itis would be generally present. Then, Ashobha Akshibaka is inflammatory changes of vascular system. Sirotpata, Siraharsha, allergic hyperemia of the eyes. And Panis, advanced stages of episcleritis and iridocyclitis. As in when you read the modern topics also completely, you will understand how beautifully these names are kept for these vyadhis by Acharya. You know, like just with the correlation, sometimes the correlation is not just one vyadhi, it is more than one vyadhi. Sometimes the modern correlation goes up to 4 or 5 correlations for a single disease in Ayurveda, right? Because all those comprise a syndromic approach than a disease approach, right? Many vyadhis will be having these lakshanas. So these the vyadhi names in the Ayurveda have been kept in more of a lakshana fashion than relating to any other aspects of a vyadhi. That is why it is very easy and it is also authentic to remember those names, right? Only thing that you have to put effort is to remember the modern names more, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sometimes correlations to a single vyadhi. Got it? Okay, now we will moving on to the last aspect, that is the drishtigata roga. So we will take up this in the next class. रागादिरोगान् सततानुशक्ता न शेषकायः प्रसृता न शेषान् औत्सुक्यमोहारदिदाञ्जघान यो पूर्ववैद्याय नमोऽस्तु तस्मै.